coffee to start the day. All right, what's happening, everybody? It's your man, Royale Watkins, one half of the world famous dynamic duo known as April and Royale, aka After I Do. So y'all come on in. I'm super excited, feeling good this morning. Went to the gym. What's happening, Stacy? From Detroit, boy. Detroit, show up. Diva Doll Davis, happy Monday to you too. I am feeling super duper excited today. Was feeling a little blah last week, but I had to get over myself. To remind myself that it's a journey, right? Some of these days are just one piece to the puzzle. They're not the whole picture itself. So I'm feeling good. What's up, Cindy? She said, in the whole After I Do family. I love it when everybody come in and say what's happening to the whole family, because that's what it is. We're on this whole family business. Vicky from Florida was good. Renee Roseborough, I see what's happening. What's happening? Gerald. Gerald. I think I got that right. Y'all have to remember this, all right? There are a ton of folks, and I try to get everybody's name right. I don't like mispronouncing people's names because I don't like when people mispronounce my name. My name is Royale, not Royal, not Royally, not Roy, not Ro, it's Royale. Cause they love that t-shirt, right? And how that t-shirt feel when you put it on, when it's on your skin. Jarrell, got it. Not Gerald, Jarrell. If it's Jarrell, then hit that number 1 or give me the fist or something thumbs up so I know I got it right. What's on y'all's mind today? What's happening with y'all? Where's April? April's at work, Vicky. Well, she better be at work, god dang it. What's happening, Damaris? If she ain't at work, it's gonna be a problem. Roy Lee. Yeah, man, cats be pronouncing my name any kind of way, so I have to let them know what it is. It's Royale. Royale, Ansan, Jarrell. Okay, I got it. Hit me with that number 1 so I know I got it. Silky Smooth. I'm trying to tell y'all these t-shirts, these After I Do t-shirts is the business. And I'll wait till we get up to, what's up, Yetta? April told me to say hello. I send my hello back. Yeah, Winnie Mandela passed away at age 81 today. God rest her soul. April's at work. Y'all should know this. April is at work. God dang it. Come here. I'm going to choke the shit out of the next person asks me, where's April? Put my hands around their neck like this. Leisha, is it Leisha? Leisha, is it your birthday today? Is it today? Is it your birthday today? What up, Brian Walker? Welcome to the conversation. If it is it Lisha or Leisha? If it's Lisha, hit 1. If it's Leisha, hit 2. Lisha 1, Leisha 2. What's up, Kelly Mitchell? Yes, Sheila Dealworth. Yes, Royale. Yeah, I don't understand what's going on in New York City that it is snowing today. That it's snowing. Is it Abdelila? Y'all got a lot of tricky names. Pronounce it for me. Is it Abdelila? If that's correct, then hit 1. Yes, she said yes. But I said 2 different pronunciations of your name. So which one is it? I said, thank you, Christy Starks. If it's Lisha, hit 1. If it's Leisha, hit 2. And then I'll know. I'll make a note of it. Now's my chance to eat some chips. What chips? Yetta, did you order sweatshirt? Everybody that ordered the sweatshirts, I'm going to the print shop today to check on the sweatshirts, the hoodies. If the hoodies are ready, then they'll be going out today, tomorrow. I'm going to get them out. They should be cracking before the end of the week. I'm drinking coffee today. Alicia, Alicia, the snow is worse in Jersey than it is in New York. That's crazy. And it's snowing in Pennsylvania. I got one thing to say to all y'all on the East Coast dealing with that snow. It's beautiful outside. Oh my goodness. It's going to be such a nice day today. It's still early. April asked me to drop off her car to get an oil change. What's happening, Valerie? What's happening, Myra? Come on in. Y'all, welcome to the conversation. And so I went and dropped off her car. I went to the gym first. So y'all know I'm feeling gym strong. There's something. Okay. So Leisha Sadler. I got it. Yolanda Wright, what's happening? What was I saying? Went to the gym, dropped April's car off. Now I came back to the house to wash some clothes. I want to get the room. April and I had date night. We had a date weekend. We didn't even have date night. We had date weekend. So some of y'all was probably following, but for those that were not, I'll tell you what the whole setup was. So we wanted to, because it was a holiday weekend, April wanted to get away. We went, so we like to go out to Palm Springs, right? And we like to stay at La Quinta, that's sort of spa and resort out there. What's happening, Beverly? We go out to, I'm checking to one of y'all, somebody, I can't even remember who it is at this point, who works for Hilton. It was like, yo, Royale, you travel a lot, you stay in hotels. I ride with you in April. So, yo, I work for Hilton. So inbox me. He's like, yo, I'm going to put you on my friends and family for Hilton. So whenever you stay at the Hilton properties, yo, you get the discount. So I was like, oh, my God, is it like that? She said, yes, it is like that. I fuck with y'all. I was like, say it no more. Here's my info. So I looked at the price for the La Quinta, and it was $221 on like Monday or Tuesday. So I was like, I got time. Typical Royale. I will say this. Typical Royale procrastination move. I should have booked the 2 nights, the Friday, Saturday, right then and there. And I did not. It was $221. I messed around. Thursday, Friday came. Friday, I look up, and the prices were $371 a night. Now, if you get $371 and then they put the resort fees on top of that and they put parking and all, you're like at $450 a night. And like me and April not spending that kind of money, right? So was like, now I got to come up with a plan B. I was like, let me find another spot. I saw the DoubleTree. DoubleTree was $159. So I was like, DoubleTree it is. I'll just book it one night. So if we stay there the one night and we enjoy it, I'll book the second night. If we don't, then we'll find something else. Sure enough, I book it. We go out there, we pull up. See, this is the thing. If you don't know, they got these tricky angles that they use when they take the photos. But then you pull up, you're like, what in the hell? Yo, we pulled up, like, what? Like, we're right across the street from a strip mall, and it's not sexy at all. And so then I was like, all right, if we can, if they could just put us on a room that has a nice view, then we can make it work. They put us in a room on the front side of the property. We're looking at the parking lot. It's not a sexy look. So April's not happy. And then once she goes down that road of not happy, then it's like, oh boy, it's not going to be a good weekend. So I was like, let me just try to make the best of it. Then I had the nerve to go and start looking online on hotels tonight. There was another property called the Riviera that was kind of swanky and sexy online. And it was priced $3-something, but then it dropped down to like $100 and change. So I was like, God dang it, $100 and change. Now I want to go over there because that was the sexy spot. And there was no kids over there. So, long story short, I asked April, I said, look, I know you're not happy here. Do you just want to eat the cost? Because they wasn't going to reimburse us our money. I said, we'll just eat the cost of this room. Let's just go over there. She's like, no, don't do that. We need the money. We're going to buy dinner anyway. Dinner's going to cost $100. So let's just, tough it out here, and then we'll figure out whether we want to stay tomorrow. So, we ended up staying the night. We went, where did we have dinner that night? We went over to a property that we went over to La Quinta, the property that we wanted to stay at to have dinner. So there's a restaurant there called 26. We liked the food there. We ate. It was okay. And then we was like, all right, let's just go to bed. Thought we was going to have sex. Didn't happen. But I'm okay with that. Sometimes it was like, look, I'm tired. I'm like, okay, cool. Go ahead and get your rest. And so we went to sleep, which is always hard for me. I got to admit, like, if I'm away, if I'm in Palm Springs, I'm in Vegas, if we are away and it's just the two of us, I expect to have sex. I don't give a shit. I want to have sex. I'm still young and vibrant, and I got to have that monkey, goddammit. So, I go to sleep, like, not mad, but a little concerned, like, you got me, but we'll work it out. I love you. So, we go to bed, and then I wake up. I know y'all think I'm crazy, but I'm just telling y'all what the real deal is. I want to have sex, goddammit. I want to smash. And so then I wake up the next morning, and now April's like, all right, what are we doing? Are we staying here? Are we going somewhere else? And I could tell ultimately, like, when we went to La Quinta the night before to look at all of those kids were a turnoff. So she was like, I don't know if we now want to go over to La Quinta because it's going to be a bunch of kids over there running around. Excuse me. Doing what kids do, making and again, we talked about this. Royce and Ross are 17 and going on 19 now. They're young men. So we're not in the kid business anymore. We don't want to be around kids. We want to relax. April wants to sip a cocktail. I want to lay out, get in the pool, do some push-ups, look at some other chicks in bikinis, peek a little bit. And I will peek now, god dang it. And by the way, there's nothing wrong with looking. We was driving. I'm jumping around, but we was driving yesterday. Me and April and this chick was walking down the street. Sister, like, built too. So I'm driving, and I look, and they was like, okay, do you know her? I was like, no, I don't know her, but I'm looking. Okay, it's not like I'm not pretending. I'm pretending like I'm not looking. I'm looking. Okay, now that I saw it, now I'm back with you. Don't act like you don't look. You like Yolanda, right? I'm gonna tell you right now, I am a whole mess, goddaggit. I am a cleanup on aisle 6 and 9. So cheers. I don't take a peek either. I get a whole look. Yeah, I'm human. I'm gonna look. I'm gonna tell you what I like. I'm gonna tell you what I want. And I'm married to you, so you can give me your version of that if that don't work for you. So, and y'all know what it is. Me and April very open and honest about how we roll. You know what I mean? It's like, if I can get a birthday gift, you can throw me something for my birthday. Let me get that. Let me get some cake on my face, some whipped cream or something. Bring a friend. I don't care. But at least I asked. If you say no, then you say no. That's your prerogative. So what was I saying? Oh, so back to Palm Springs. Wait, Tiffany said, look, when you by yourself, that the same opportunity may not be there when I'm by myself. Hello? Okay, thank you very much. So we're now in Palm Springs. It's morning. We have breakfast at the sexy spot, the Riviera. We get over there and we pull up, and again, it's the same thing. The photos, the actual property don't represent the photos. And so, like, there's a 7-Eleven right across the street from the Riviera in Palm Springs. It's like, this shit ain't sexy. So now we go into the property. It's like, okay, let's just get in there. Get into the property, go back to have breakfast, and they have kind of an outside-inside setup for the restaurant. And so I go outside, and I know how I get down. I'm so super particular about my food, where you sit me, the arrangement, everything. All of that stuff I'm paying attention to because I'm paying my money, and it's got to be right. So April's like, you want to sit outside? April likes to sit outside sometimes. I'm like, let me not say no. Let me just go out here and see what it is. And we go out there, and it's flies. And April knows that is my biggest pet peeve is when I'm sitting down trying to enjoy food, if there's flies, forget about it. So I was like, all right, nope, we can't do this. We got to go inside. So we go inside and sit down. And it's a couple of flies inside, but I'm like, it's manageable. So it's always the bait and switch with those hotel situations. Unless you've been there, be careful. So we go inside, we sit down. I know April wants to eat. So now I'm saying to myself, like, yo, Royale, be cool. Just work with them. Right? So I sit down. And April's like, oh, I'm going to order this off the menu. They don't quite have what I want on the menu. So I was like, let me take a look at the buffet. They got an omelet station. They got potatoes, eggs, the standard stuff, you know. But out in the buffet area, guess what's out there? The flies are having a field day. And the WPs is like leaving food open, leaving the buffet trays up, and like the flies is like, yo, we came to get a plate too. And so I'm like, all right, this ain't working for me. I'm not eating off the buffet. Let me just go inside. Yes, brother Jarrell. Flies. So I go and I sit back down with April. I was like, I'm not eating that. Let me just order something off the menu. Now, by this time, April's food has come. She's eating. I tell the brother who's from London or somewhere overseas, yo, I don't want the buffet. Can you come? Tatiana, you cut. Tatiana, you caught that, huh? I tell the brother that's serving us, yo, I want to order off the menu, right? I'm gonna tell you, this is so real, and y'all know this is a mixed platform, and like me and April got love for everybody, but this is the reality of the setup out there. This brother, who I believe was from London or from wherever he was from, I told him I wanted to order off the menu. April had her food. She's eating, right? And this dude did not come back to our table to take my order. We sat there for another 15 minutes. Now, there were 4 other tables that he was going around servicing. 2 of those people, 2 of the tables, 2 of the folks, 2 of the parties, thank you, were seated after I made him aware that I wanted to make my order. 2 of the parties came in after, I want to be clear about this, I made him aware that I wanted to place my order. This dude spent so much time running around trying to service these other folks that he never even came back. He never looked up to, because you know me, I'm super particular. Like I'm giving him the benefit of the doubt, so I'm looking for eye contact for him to give me a second or something. I can work with you if you just acknowledge that I know that you're there. I'm coming over to you. Let me take care of these folks. He never even did that. After 15 minutes, he finally came back. I had to get his attention. I was like, yo, man. I said, nah, Wendy Surgeon, this ain't even a no-tip situation. This has now become an issue, right? And unfortunately, all of the other parties there was WPs, right? So now is the classic thing where I recognize as a conscious black man that he sees color, right? He sees the color of these folks as being more important than the color of my skin. And so I was like, oh, I see how this is playing out. So I finally got him back over to the table. I was like, yo, man, I said, I've been waiting for the last 15 minutes. I said, he's like, well, I had to take care of these people. I was like, no, brother. I said, those 2 parties came in after I made you aware that I wanted to place an order, but you found it more important to go over there to try to service them. And you never even looked up to acknowledge that you were coming back to my table. He said, well, what can I get you? I said, I don't want anything. I said, come on, April, let's go. We're done. April knows what it is. You know what I mean? So we get up, and I was just going to leave, just going to pay for April's stuff. But I was like, nah, this is not right. This isn't fair. So I went to the front, asked for the manager. It's like, yo, here's the issue. I said, and on top of that, this place is overrun with flies. It would be nice if it was overrun with flies, but the flies is like, he's like, oh, I'm sorry, I apologize. And I said, and I'll pay for her food, right? Because she ate it. But I'm just letting you know that this is not a good look. And on top of that, this is how this particular server treated us. He's like, oh, please give me the check. Don't. And so they took care of the check, and me and April bounced out. But it's like, yo, man, some of these people, some of our own people, they really, really have this mentality where I don't even know how to qualify it, but they don't see us as being worthy of first-rate service before other people. And I've experienced that a lot. And I always call people on it. And I told the brother, and I told him, I said, you were so busy servicing these white people that you couldn't even recognize me sitting here, and you had already been to my table. Got to call it what it is. So, is any white folks that's following me in April? I know some of y'all sit back and watch this. I don't want you to misunderstand this, but it's a dynamic that you will never fully understand unless you're in this color skin having to deal with this, right? And I'm gonna I had another situation, but this, I'm gonna give you the flip of it though, because some white people are conscious and some white people are respectful. So we were at the host valet stand, and you come, you bring your ticket, you wait for your car. I was standing there. I gave the valet person my ticket, and he already had my ticket. This older white gentleman stepped up, and so the valet person turned back around. He turned around, turned back around, and he asked the white dude, he's like, yeah, are you here for your car? And the white dude's like, oh, I think he was standing here before me, right? Not realizing that I already given my ticket. And I was like, see, some white people get it. Some white people understand that there is an inherent racism built into that's very layered, that's very nuanced. They see it and recognize it. Some of them, because of their white privilege, will go, yeah, I'm white, I'm next, I got this, let me. Some people will go, no, this isn't fair. Just as a general courtesy, whether it's color or not color, I believe a lot of it has to do with color. But just out of respect and common courtesy, this other cat was like, no, he was standing here first. Take care of him. Because I'm going to tell you, if you don't do that, oh, you're going to get the Royale mean mug. I'm going to look at you. I call people out on it every time. I say, excuse me, I believe I was next. And it could get uncomfortable. It could get tense. If it has to go there, if you need to get punched in your face, you can get punched in your face. I don't care. So I'm just saying, I try to be reasonable. I'm very respectful. I'm very loving. Y'all can tell if you look at my skin. Obviously, there's some white folks in my lineage, like not even all the way back 100 and 200 years, but like, I mean, in the recent 40, 50 years. So, we just got to be more respectful. We have to be more courteous as a people. We have to be more kind. We have to be more loving. We have to be more patient. We have to be more understanding. We have to be more willing to share. We have to be more respectful of other people's space. Boy, because again, it's another thing. People's personal space, man. Have you ever had somebody standing right in your space? It's like, yo, man, like, what is wrong? Why do people need to get so close to you in situations where there's so much space to be shared? Like, why are you right here? Okay, so that was a long ass rant. I apologize, but I just needed to get that out my system, right? So, back to the story. Yeah, give me 50 feet, yo. That's a real thing. So the next day we're up. Now we're trying to figure out what we're going to do. And long story short, we decide, okay, you know what? Palm Springs ain't cracking. Let's go to Laguna Beach. And so I look up another hotel. I got another plug, somebody else that works for Marriott, looking out for me in April's like, yo, I got you if you stay at Marriott Properties. So we literally pack up and hit the road and go to Dana Point. And it was a dope hotel, Laguna, whatever the Dana Point Marriott. We pull up there, nice hotel. We had stayed at the Ritz-Carlton in Laguna Beach years ago with the boys for the 4th of July. And so we knew there was another hotel that Marriott was a nice property. We get there, it's dope. The view was amazing. Y'all saw us. We went and got the bikes. We rode down to the beach. It was real fly. It was actually a good time. I'm going to tell you something right now. Date night, date weekend, carving time out to spend with your significant other where you have their undivided attention, they have your undivided attention is necessary. And I'm almost going to say, along with communication, not even excellent communication, any communication, those two things together, I believe, are the X factor that will determine a success, your long-term success in marriage and relationships. Those two things, if you could get those two things, if you could carve out time to spend alone, whether you go to a hotel, go for a long drive, go for a walk, and you can add the communication piece on top of that, you could conquer the world together. You can conquer the world together if you could talk about the things that are not easy to talk about. And you're willing to spend time as you continue to grow, because things are going to change, right? Circumstances are going to change. Your money may change. The people in and out of your circle may change. But the thing that you have to do is to continue to evolve as a couple. And the way you continue to evolve as a couple is you make a decision that no matter how difficult it is, you're going to talk about the things that matter. You're either going to laugh your way through them, you're going to cry your way through them, but some kind of way you got to add that communication piece. If there's somebody that's disturbing the feed, I'm going to tell y'all what I do. Don't even pay them no mind. It's the easiest thing to do is you can't give people attention. So like I was saying, and if it gets crazy, if y'all say block whoever it is, y'all know I'll just hit the block button. People love attention. Trolls come into these rooms because they don't have anything else better to do. They're bored. But if it gets that bad, y'all just say, hey, block so-and-so, whatever. But just let's keep it moving. So like I was saying, if you add the communication piece to it, and y'all can talk about the things that are difficult, y'all can win. Y'all can win. Okay, y'all saying block. Let me go hit these block buttons real quick. Let me find them. Okay. Okay, before I block, let me be respectful because I know it's easy to block people, but so Randy, let me see, Randy, if you're being disrespectful, then I got to block you. But if you're trying to make a point, because some people don't even know who me and April are. And, I try to give. Oh, okay, Randy. So you're trying to make a point about race. Okay. Always the race thing kind of gets people's attention. And I know people, Randy, I'm going to assume that this may be your first time watching me, or you don't know what the After I Do platform is. And it would be easy for me to block you, but I'm not going to do that. What I'm going to do is I'm going to give you an opportunity to have a conversation so that we could try to better understand each other. I kind of, have that space that I like to operate from. But Randy, what is your point? What's your point? I'm gonna give you the floor for 2 seconds, Randy. If you can make a legit point, then we can continue the conversation. But all I ask is be respectful, and have the ability to have a evolved conversation. No, it's fine, Nicole. I got this. Y'all know. Listen, it's fine. He's not being overly disrespectful. So he can call me a joke. That's fine. A lot of people call me a joke. You may not agree with me, but again, like I said, unless you've walked the universe in this skin and had the experiences that I've had, then you may not have the ability to see the universe through the lenses that I walk around with. So Randy, if you want to have a conversation, we can have a conversation. But like I was saying, to the point, if y'all can get the communication piece, that is a huge component. So April and I had the bikes, we went down to the beach, and then April when she sees RVs and camping and all of that stuff, it's meaningful to her. And in that space, it just when you're away from your house, and we talked about this before, it's when you're away from the epicenter of all of the things that kind of stress you out and bother you and require your attention. that's when you are freer, right? You free up. Like when we were on the beach and you're looking at the Pacific Ocean and it's so beautiful out there and the sun was setting and it just frees you up mentally and spiritually and all of that stuff so that you can like be present. So that you can be present. Wow. In this moment, it's starting to hit me. My experience now in hindsight is starting to make me aware of what my experience was then. Is like I was just more present, right? Because when I'm in the house, when I'm here, I'm just so much more aware of all of the things that I need to take care of. All of my attention goes to these things, the bills that come in the mail, the yard that needs to be taken care of, the taxes that have to be done, right? But when I was away, those things aren't in my sight. They're not in my line of sight. So they don't require my immediate attention. So then now I'm able to be more aware of the Amtrak train that went by that April and I said I was going to take April on a trip from LA down to San Diego because the Silver Surfliner, which I believe the name of the train is, gives you a view of the ocean and all of these beautiful images as you take that ride and you're isolated again away from everything. All right. This really is a long rant, but I'm saying all of this to say we were in Palm Springs, like we were able to pivot. Going back to one of my old words, you got to be able to pivot. Sometimes you can get stuck in one position. And if you just stay planted in this spot right here and realize there's another move to be made. Thank you, Tanya. Yeah, I mean, look, people, we don't always agree with each other. But that's not a reason to dismiss somebody. My thing is, as long as you're not being disrespectful, especially to April, if you're being disrespectful, people don't bother me. Words are words. And I'm able to elevate my words to the language of the king or lower my words to reach those that don't have it. But as long as you're not being disrespectful, then I welcome open debate and dialogue so that we both can reach a new understanding about what's possible. And you don't always have to think like me. We don't grow by being around people who think just like us all the time. So again, that's why I said, if Randy wants to have a conversation, let's have a conversation. I can add him to the feed if he wants to, if he's a real one, if he's not going to be disrespectful or rude or do anything to jeopardize our platform. So yes, that Silver Surfliner train, I wanted to get on that. But going back to the whole point of it all, we pivoted, we went from Palm Springs to the beach. We were in the desert. Took us, I think, 2.5 hours to get to the beach. And it was a completely different look, right? But we weren't stuck. We just made the decision, got in the car, and the drive was wonderful. And then we stopped and saw Tamanika. She was in Banning. She inboxed us and said, hey, I'm in Banning. I work at this location. If you guys want to stop and get some ice cream, stop in and say hello to me. And you know what? I was driving and I saw the exit just based on the message. I said, April, let's stop. April's like, sure, why not? We stopped, saw her and kept it pushing, still got to the beach, checked into the hotel. Everything was seamless. Now, here's the hiccup. The hotel was going through a little bit of some reconstruction, right? They were under a remodel. And so one half of the hotel was done. Other half of the hotel was still being worked on. They put us in a room that had had two full-size beds. And it was weird to me. I'm like, one, if we're in a full size, that means April's going to be right on top of me. And that's cool if we're having sex. But when we're done, I want my space a little bit. Me and April have a California king size bed because I like my space, right? I'm one of 14 kids. When I was growing up, we had to sleep two to a bed. We had 2 sets of bunk beds in one room, and all of the younger boys slept in that same room on bunk beds, and there was 2 of us in a bed. I slept with a younger brother at one point. So now that I'm a grown-ass man, I worked hard. I got a California king. I want my space until it's time for me to not have my space, right? So when I saw those beds, I was like, and it didn't have the exact view that I want. And so we made the decision. I was like, all right, let me just go down to the front desk, tell them this ain't working for me. and see what else they got. So the guy says, all right, Mr. Watkins, I understand that. He says, we have another room. It's on the other side of the property. And he said, but they're doing some renovations, so you might hear some noise. They don't start until 10 o'clock in the morning, and they stop at 5. So I was like, you know what? I'll take my chances with that. Why did I do that? We get over there. It's a California king bed, but the view sucks because this is the first floor. The room they had us in was below the first floor. So it was in the basement. It was on the lower floor. So now the ocean view that I was expecting to have, that went away. And the bed was horrible. It was an old bed. It was one of those king beds with 2 box springs up under it. And April's back was hurting the next morning. And April was tired again from the bike ride and all of that stuff and dinner. And so we didn't have sex. So then I went to bed the same way I went the night before. Like, we not having sex? What in the fuck is going on around here? So, and not that that's a big deal to me, but like I said, if we're out, like, we're out. Let's, So that was the experience. But let me say, after having said all of that, I still absolutely 100% enjoyed the time spent with April out alone. And it reminded me that, yes, we have to do this more often. We have to carve out time to be able to isolate ourselves away from everything else, just so that we can get back to us and be in a space where we can think clearly about what we are doing with the rest of our journey, right? So it's like a GPS check-in. It's like when your GPS system is going in a new space and is trying to recalculate the new direction. It's like sometimes you need to do that with your relationship and your marriage. It's like, oh, let it recalculate based on this new direction where everything else is heading. Because you can't just wing it. April's like, what are we doing next, right? What's next? And she wants to know, because in that information is security. If you get in a car with someone and you don't know where they're going, then you're in the blind. You want to know, hey, where are we going? Jackie Wallace Lawrence, I will say, yes, when we got home last night and we got in our bed, there's nothing like your bed. Your bed is always the best. April did not, she may have wanted to have sex all weekend, but it did not happen. Nothing happened. And not that anything needs to happen, but nothing happened. So I came home like, hey, marriage needs to have a vision. I like that, Anita Epps. Now my coffee is cold. Blah. What happened to Randy? Randy, where are you? Now, anybody see Randy? Where is Randy? My husband is white, and we have fun in the racial situations. I'm asking, getting no for Nancy, asking what we want, and I laugh in his face like, gotcha. Yolanda, that's hilarious. Listen, race is a reality that we all have to deal with, right? I believe that we have to start with being a part of the human race. We're all just human beings, right? If you're having a heart attack and somebody comes to save your life, you don't care what color they are, right? You just want to live. If you're underwater and you can't breathe, let's say you can't swim and you're drowning, I'm going to tell you right now, you won't give a flying fuck about the color of the arm that reaches down in that water to pull your ass up, right? It don't make a difference. That goddamn hand and arm become colorless when your life is on the line. So in a best case scenario, we want to be in situations where the only thing we have to focus on is being a human being. But unfortunately, that's not the reality of the world and the country that we live in as African Americans and people of color, right? The dominant culture in this country have set things up in such a way that has made it challenging us for us to just be human beings. So that being a reality, we have to be more aware of color. We have been forced to become more aware of color in these situations that remind us of what our ancestors were brought here to do and to be. I tell people this all the time. We were brought here to serve. All right. So now imagine the reality that some people have to now live under when we've evolved to the point where we're not servants. We're not. We were born here to serve, but that's not what our purpose is. It certainly ain't our passion. I don't think that's what any God has intended for us to be slaves, right? And so that initially, that was somebody's intent for us is wrong. So now we have to rectify that. And you have people who, because of the privilege and because of what our enslavement has afforded them, who wants I'm sure there's people that go, oh, I like it when labor was free. I liked it when those people worked for my people for free and didn't cost us. I like when I could go into a slave quarters and have sex with those people anytime I wanted to, right? But that's no longer the reality. And we're still fighting against the mentality of some people who wants the world, the universe, and the country to be that way. So there's some white people who get it, who go, nah, that's not cool. But there's some other white people who's like, no, my forefathers built this country and I'm entitled to everything that they bequeathed to me, even in their racist approach to building this country. That might be too much. Where Randy? Let's talk about it, Randy. Get your ass back in here, Randy. We're going to talk about it. So we got to push back against that because that's not what we should want for anybody. We shouldn't want that for white people. We shouldn't want white people to live under the burden of having to think that way. You hear what I just told y'all? I'm saying, and I'm a black conscious man, I'm saying I believe that is a heavy price to pay, a heavy burden to walk around this world with, that type of mentality. Hello? I'm saying it's unfair to white people for them to have to be in a universe thinking like that. That's the way I'm approaching it. So, again, as I travel around this country and I see how do I want to refer to these shortcomings in people's thinking and their mentality, I'm willing to call them out on it. I'm willing to call them out on it for all of the people who have to live in those towns who don't have the means or who don't have the mindset, the means, or the willingness to call them out for it, with the hope that those people will eventually at some point come to their senses because there's a sickness, or find, in my words, a type of medicine that will help them heal at least a little part of their thinking because somebody told them wrong. And so now to go to this idea of the perception, right? Because there's an overwhelming, like I study these things, I pay a lot of attention. There's an overwhelming amount of mixed marriages when Asian people, when Korean and Japanese migrate to the United States. What they look for, especially Asian females, they look for white men to build families with, right? And there's nothing in, like, on the surface, you go, I don't get that. But what you don't understand is when you go to Asia, to Korea, to Japan, and you look at the content that Asians are watching, right? Our movies travel overseas. And you know how they say black movies don't do well overseas, so they don't take them over there? Well, then what are they watching? Well, they're watching movies with predominantly white casts. And when they make these movies, Hollywood, they're made by white men. The studios are run by white males mostly, right? So the white males who run these studios, they greenlight movies where they see themselves as the hero. So all of the heroes in the movies are white men. And so the perception of the Asians in these other countries are that white men are the success stories. And if they're going to be successful, then that's who they need to align themselves with. If they're going to build a family, they're going to build it with white people. Not the black people that they see in the movies getting, thrown in jail and knocked upside the head. So it's all marketing. White people market themselves extremely well, Who wouldn't? If I had the means, I would market myself as well as they do, right? Especially when you own the media company, especially when you own the news company, especially when you can control the news narrative. Listen, I know the numbers are falling off. This ain't a regular Royale conversation, but this is just where we are right now. So it is what it is. But I just wanted to, if Randy would have stuck around. Listen, Lynn, I know you'll see some Asian women with black men, right? Because there's another dynamic about the military piece when black men who are mostly in the military travel to some of these things. It's the hip hop culture and some of that stuff has started to change the dynamic to a certain degree. So hip hop as a culture is worldwide, right? It is the most dominating thing that's happened in the 21st century is hip hop music first. And the music has influenced the culture that has become a worldwide phenomenon that you just cannot even understand how fast it moves. Where hip hop shows up in places where you never will imagine, right? And so, because of hip hop, these other cultures, ethnicities, and so forth have a different perception about the black man, right? When you see, if you're a Korean young girl and Migos is the music, and you're in Africa or you're in Dubai, and that music comes on, and you see the video, the image of who. Right? Who makes that walk it like I talk it? Hey, walk it like I talk it. Hey, walk it like and you want to do that. But then who's the image that's controlling that? For the last 30 years, it's mostly been black males. And the videos come out. And so now they're emulating and want to dance like these young black men. And if they emulate them, dance with them, then there's some type of reaction. Some type of social. Look at all of the jewelry. Look at the fancy car. Look at the money he's throwing up. That looks like a different version of success. Randy, where are you? You need to hear this, Randy. So, I don't have a degree. I actually didn't finish college, but I pay attention. All right? Okay, wait a minute. Somebody said there's not a color in the military because when you're getting shot at, all you care about. Oh, yeah. No, there ain't no question about that. Again, yeah, that's the point. It's like you become colorless if you in extreme situations. We all become colorless to a certain extent. All right. Okay, so is Leisha Sadler still here? Because I did not forget that it was your birthday. Leisha, you still here? I'm going to sing happy birthday to you. And I don't know if you really want that. So, or I could just say happy birthday and give you a birthday shout out here on the After I Do platform. I'll just give you happy birthday, Leisha. How about that? We'll just do it that way. Aries Nation. Anybody else's birthday today? April the 2nd. Damaris, is that OGs for my singing? Really? Have you not heard me sing? I have a beautiful singing voice. Okay. Boy, so mean, Damaris. That's not nice. All right, what else are we talking about? What else? Did we need to cover anything? April did not check in, so she's busy at work, which is a good thing. I think her car should be ready. Maybe I go pick up her car. She want me to go to Costco. I got to pick up some stuff from Costco. Bongoza. Yes, you're very late because I'm about to wrap this up. We had a very interesting conversation. Regina Gray, are you just getting here? Y'all just pulling up? So Denise, circle back on the 12th and I will sing happy birthday to you. Geez, Felicia, I'm going to have to sing on your birthday too. I was going to add to the email list like birthday, but a lot of people don't want to share their birthday. But I was going to get y'all's birthday, and then whenever it was somebody's birthday, if we had the phone number, we would call them and sing happy birthday, or I would, like, surprise y'all with some of my celebrity friends and have them sing happy birthday to you. I don't think this, like, y'all know, we had plenty of friends. I was over, we went over to Cedric the Entertainer's house last night and hung out with him, and D.L. Hewley was there. So me and Cedric and D.L. were having a conversation. But, you know, that's the type of stuff, like, I can get Cedric on the phone and he can sing happy birthday to you, or Jamie Foxx, have him sing happy birthday to you. That would be kind of fun, right? If it was your birthday and I called and had Jamie Foxx sing happy birthday to you over the phone. Or who else? Who's my friend? Like, I have friends that could do it. Cedric for sure is a friend. DL could do it. DL doesn't sing that I'm aware of. Jamie and I just reconnected, and praying, keeping my fingers crossed, this project I'm trying to get going with Jamie gets off the ground. If it does, it's gonna be a wrap. Woo woo. If you could have one person call and sing happy birthday to you, who would it be? So y'all just let me know. If you could have one person sing happy birthday to you, who would it be? Trina Davis, how am I doing? I'm doing amazing. What's up, Rob Lawless? I'm trying to think about who else would be a good look that I have a relationship with. That I could get Kevin Hart to do it. It wouldn't be good singing because he's not a singer, but Betty said Jamie Foxx could sing me the alphabet. Jamie is so it's ridiculous. Jamie is so talented, it annoys me and excites me at the same time. Jamie is so... Okay, Jaleese, I can't get Barack Obama. Sanaa Lathan. Denzel. I don't know Denzel to be a singer. I don't have a relationship with Denzel like that. Although he did come to the Mixtape Comedy Show. I will say Denzel Washington came. You know, I'm going to tell you what's crazy. So Denzel came to the Mixtape Comedy Show. Was super cool. If you look through my photos, you'll see a photo with me and Denzel at Gotham Comedy Club. He sat, he laughed, he enjoyed himself. It was a good look. I'll tell you who else came to the Mixtape Comedy Show. And it was god dang it, the one time, or one of the 3 or 4 times that I was not at the show. In 10 years, in almost 10 years, Rihanna came to the damn show. And wanted to come, see some comedy and hang out. And I was not there. Do y'all know I would have got Rihanna pregnant that night? And would have told April, I got Rihanna pregnant. Marsha Ambrosius, okay. Jamie, everybody saying Jamie. I might have to make that Tank. Lori Norman saying Tank. I know Tank. I don't have him in my phone, but I do know Tank. Joe or Jamie Foxx. Mike Epps, that's y'all know that's easy. Patti LaBelle. I don't have a relationship with Patti. Monifa. Okay. I didn't know your background. You're a comedian. Lynn Daner. Yes, I'm a comedian. I'm a husband. I am a writer. I'm a producer. I'm a director. Ladisi. Okay. I do a lot of stuff. I wear a lot of hats. But yes, my first love is stand-up comedy. That's what I've been doing for the past 25 plus years. Stand-up comedy. Writing. And producing, and now directing. I may be directing D.L. Hewley's next special, so that's what I was talking to him about last night. Melanie Fiona, she's amazing. 50 Cent, Melissa, I don't know about that one. You know what? 50 is like, I don't understand 50 Cent. Like, he trolls so hard. Some of the energy is not positive, and so that's the only... I used to like 50's music. But I watch him now, and the way he generates business is not in a healthy, positive space that I could sign on for. So I would have to tap out on the 50 one. Tamia, yes, Tamia and I were in Speed 2 together, so I'm sure I could get her on the phone. Hey, it's Royale for Tamia. Royale Watkins. Yes, Speed 2. The brother that was hitting on her, that was trying to smash on the boat. Hello? Hello? MC Light, okay. You want her to rap your birthday? Juan Johnson, Prince, don't do that, man. Prince is no longer here. Usher's possible. God rest Prince's soul. What an amazing being. Good Lord. My wife, April, said she had never heard Sometimes It Snows in April. I was like, what? I started to crash the car on the spot. We was driving. She's like, I never heard that song. I started to. Chris Brown, if he's not choking the shit out of somebody, is a possibility. I don't know Chris Brown, but I know people who know him. So I'm connected to a lot of people, obviously, but 4819 something. All right, Patricia. Snoop Dogg. Stephanie Mills. Okay. You reach back with that one. Just joining. Okay, Lala Burks. We've been here for the last damn near hour, but glad you can make it. Pulling up on the goddamn green machine like... I accidentally turned the dishwasher on. We have a dishwasher, but for some reason, I enjoy washing dishes by hands. Am I the only weirdo who enjoys... I don't even put them in the dishwasher. Is weird to me because I grew up washing dishes by hand. We didn't have a dishwasher. So as an adult now, I still like washing. Something is very comforting to me about. Bungos, I'm not cooking anything today. I was cooking information for Randy, but Randy left us, so. All right. I'm going to tap out, y'all. I got to go pick up April's car. You or April call love. What does that mean? I don't know what that means. Yeah, I got to run to the store. I got to go pick up April's car. And one of my favorite restaurants is called Claudine's Kitchen here in LA. They have the Impossible Burger. And y'all know I don't eat meat. So I am going to treat myself. April and I were there yesterday for breakfast. And the owner came over to talk to us. And she said, Royale, I want to show you the new menu because she loves me. April hates that I go to these restaurants and I know everybody and everybody knows me. And they make me stuff that's not on the menu. Like I just point to the chef and, you know, it's like, oh, yeah, Royale, I got you. And be making shit that you can't even get, right? It's like, and so the owner came over and showed me that she put the Impossible Burger on the menu. So I'm going to go show them some love today and have the Impossible Burger. And then I'm going to go do some work. I need to do some work today. But, yeah, I'm going to say this. You are, I'm talking to you. Yes, you. Each and every one of y'all, you're capable of doing some amazing things. You have your health, right? Whether you realize it or not, even if you're feeling down, you still have your health. It's in there. You just have to access it. You have to drink water. You have to breathe. You have to take time to stretch. You have to take time to exercise your spirit. You have to stop for a second, right? Inhale and exhale. That's a big thing with me. Breathing is life, right? We don't pay attention to our breaths, and what we have the opportunity to do with each breath. Each breath makes a difference in your life. Each breath makes a difference in your life. And I'm in probably some of the healthiest space I've been in a long time. I feel good. My skin feels and looks good, right? It's just because from the inside out, I feel like a healthier, more whole human being, right? I'm just in a good space with April. I'm in a space where I just feel free to love and I see more things in the universe. I want more for myself. I want more for y'all. I want more for other people. As you can see, even with the situation with Randy, negative energy will come your way. Negative energy. I didn't know Randy, right? I wasn't even paying attention. I was so busy talking to y'all, I didn't even pay attention to Randy. And y'all was like, yo, block Randy, block Randy. You see that energy? Block Randy, block Randy. No, right? It's Tai Chi. It's not UFC, not all of that aggressive. No. It's like, don't fight the universe. Yo. Keep this shit simple, right? Tai Chi it all the way, right? Relax, breathe, and let all the negative stuff go. Stop putting so much energy into negative things, right? Stop focusing on the negative. Like, give your time and energy to the things that matter, to the things that are going to help you evolve, to the things that are going to make your life easier, to the things that are going to add more value to your life, right? It'll be a person standing right next to you saying, I love you, right? Saying, I love you, I love you, I love you. And it'll be one person a mile away saying, fuck you, right? And you know what most people will do? What you say? I love you, I love you, I love you right here, standing right in your ear. I love you, I love you. What? Got to strain and struggle to try to like address negative energy that's a mile away. Why? For what? People do it every day though. We do it every day. I'm saying we. But as we evolve and we start to realize we only have a finite amount of time on this universe, on this planet, on this earth, right? Every opportunity we can to add value, right? Or add something positive or to be a part of a solution to something adds more value and adds more life to our lifespan. So, right, be a part of the solution, all right? Try to add value to other people's life. Look for the silver lining. Don't be so pessimistic. Be optimistic. Be hopeful, right? Be aware that you are great. You can either be successful in terms of your mentality, or you can continue to question and doubt and believe the people who tell you you ain't going to ever be shit. All right. Plain and simple. I love y'all. I hope you continue to support me and April as we continue to grow. I really want to start this t-shirt campaign and this campaign to raise enough money to convert this space for April. Her birthday is the 9th. Our anniversary is the 10th. I think I'm going to launch it on April's birthday. Try to do maybe a 30-day campaign to raise about 20 grand to convert this whole space into the After I Do studio because I want to do some huge things with this platform moving forward. And we don't have to be on TV to get it done. We can do some amazing things. Even that one stop to say hi to Tamanika in Banning just reinforced in me what this platform has an opportunity to do. And we're going to do it, but we're going to do it together. So tell your friends about April and Royale. Continue to spread love. Breathe in, take your time, breathe out. You can always inbox us. If you have a business, if you own a business or you have a service, inbox me and April. Say, yo, this is what I'm doing. If you have a book, if you have anything you're trying to promote, because like I said, we're going to start the sharing of other people's stuff. But make it meaningful. Don't, if you got a crack house you're running, we're not getting down with that. But again, some of y'all have businesses and services and books and stuff like that. And we need to be able to extend the platform to everybody that's a part of it. And then if you have information like, again, the savings that people are now starting to realize cutting that cable cord and going to these alternate services is huge. And so there's more stuff out there like that. So if you have an awareness of, something like that April and I need to share with the rest of the family, inbox us. It's your platform too. Inboxes. Let's have a conversation about it. And then let's figure out how we can share the information so everybody benefits. Everybody got to win. All right. I love y'all, but I got to get to work. So peace, 2 fingers, never one. And we will talk sometime soon again. Bye. Breathe though. Inhale, exhale.